Hey you guys, and welcome back to Lisa and Company, or welcome if this is your first time here. I would really love it if you would head down there and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell so you know every time we upload a new video. Today we are doing something I have never done before. I had this weird idea that wouldn't it be fun if we did some Dollar Tree Valentine's decor, but we did it in 3 different styles. So I am literally taking farmhouse, a neutral, and a traditional Valentine's theme, and I'm going to do it on the same pieces from Dollar Tree so you can see the same DIYs 3 ways. So that means you are getting 9 DIYs today. I know, crazy, right? But just because I decided to do a 10th DIY and created a really pretty pedestal that all these DIYs could sit on. So let's get started DIYing. Here we go. I have 3 Dollar Tree box signs, 3 Dollar Tree wooden hearts, and 3 Dollar Tree candles, as well as a couple of other pieces to make my pedestal. Let's get started, you guys. Because I feel like I haven't made a tiered tray or pedestal forever, and because I wanted something for these new DIYs to sit on, I decided to take a Dollar Tree candlestick as well as a cake pan and make a really pretty farmhouse pedestal. So I'm using these little puffy stickers. We're going to put them on both pieces, and then we are going to paint. Now you may be wondering why I'm painting the entire candlestick. Well, that's because the whites are slightly different and I want it to be completely uniform. Now here is my other pro tip. I don't like to try and glue together painted surfaces. I just don't find you get as good an adhesion. So I'm going to use my E6000 on this unpainted part of the candlestick. And you'll notice I haven't painted the underside of the cake pan either. So use your E6000, a few drops of hot glue, and put it together. The hot glue will make it stick right away so you can start painting and you don't have to wait for the E6000 to dry. And then that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish painting this. And now I have a cute new farmhouse pedestal ready for my DIYs, which means we better get going on these DIYs. I'm going to go ahead and get these hearts ready. One is black, one is white, and one I have stained. And that's going to set the scene for all the future DIYs in this video. So first up, some pretty and pink DIYs. I wanted something soft and pretty, and I had this pink and white gingham napkin from Dollar Tree that we're going to use that sort of sets the scene for this whole set. I've already taken the napkin apart, so now we're just going to quickly decoupage this using some Mod Podge onto this Dollar Tree heart. For me, the key to success with decoupaging these napkins is a really thin but even coat of Mod Podge that goes right to the edge of the surface you're using. That way you don't have any rolling back or peeling on the edges. Then I find with these napkins, because they are so thin, they really don't need a lot on top, and you don't want to press and rub. So I very gently pat it on. Then once I've given it a touch up on the edges, because it is so thin, you can very gently tear away the napkin and you'll have a beautiful, clean edge. If you get any rough pieces, wait till it's dry and then just touch it up gently with some sandpaper. Next up for our sign, we have this square Dollar Tree box frame already painted and ready to go. And I am using one of these transfers, rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. It has all kinds of great inspirational words on it. Now I could have gone through and picked out just the words I wanted, but that would have taken an awfully long time. And I wanted to do quick and easy DIYs for you guys today. So I am literally taking the whole sheet. I picked the top rather than the bottom because I really enjoyed the sentiments on it. And I am putting the whole thing right in the box frame. I think this is going to look really, really neat. And Part of what I love about this one is it doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. Some of these words say home or grateful or cherish, and I just feel like it's a really pretty piece. Now I like to use a pencil to transfer this on. I did use the end of one of my paint sticks, but I found the pencil worked so much better. Just take your time and go over each word bit by bit, and then very slowly peel it back. And that way, if you haven't transferred part of it, you can put it back down and rub it with the pencil. Love the way this came out. Now we're gonna go ahead and just attach the heart that we did right on the corner here. And then I'm gonna add a little something to that heart just to give it a little something extra. Now to add this extra detail, if you have a Cricut, you could use that. You could write it right on top, but I have these jot letters from Dollar Tree and they've been hanging around my stash forever, and I thought what a great time to use them. Now they don't get a lot of duplicates in this. There's literally one X and one O, so you might need a few sets of these if you were doing a little bit longer phrase, but this works perfectly for what I was going for here. And we're done, and I think this looks super, super cute. And never a bad idea to add a tiny bit of Mod Podge over top just to make sure those letters are sealed, and it also helps with a bit of the shine on those stickers. We're going to take the white wooden heart, and I have some Dollar Tree pink and white baker's twine. This is so pretty, and it's been in my stash forever. We're just going to wrap that around a few times, and then if you remember from my last video, I had a ton of pink buttons that I had left over. Well, I found one button in there that I thought was absolutely perfect for this, so we're going to tie that right on the front. I decided to add a small twine hanger to this one. It would look really cute hanging over a knob or on a handle of a lantern or any number of places, just to add a little bit of decor somewhere in your home. To finish up the candle in our traditional Valentine's decor set, we are going to use a whole bunch of Dollar Tree supplies. So I'm using my pink burlap ribbon. I've got the pink and white gingham ribbon, and we're just going to layer this up. I've got one of the galvanized steel words, the pink and white baker's twine. Just watch and see how I pull this one together. Hey, you guys, don't forget, I'm going to ask you when we're done this to head down to the comments and tell me which one was your favorite. Are you a traditionalist? Are you going to love the neutral one? Or are you farmhouse? Wait till the end and make sure you hit that comment section and tell me which one you love. And this is what the traditional Valentine's decor colors look like on this set. Pretty sign with a little XO, a candle, and a really simple treatment on the white Dollar Tree heart. I am so curious to know how you guys are liking this so far. This is something I've never done before, and I'm kind of jazzed because this is something we could do all year for holidays, for regular home decor. So make sure you hit those comments and let me know what you're loving, maybe what you're not loving, and what you might do differently. I'm looking for ideas and input from you guys. I love the interactions we have, and I love hearing all your feedback. So head down to those comments and make sure you tell me how we're doing so far. All right, we're starting off this set with another Dollar Tree box frame, and I've painted one side of it, the front, white, and left the black edging because this is our black and white farmhouse set. To make this sign, I am using one of these Dollar Tree wall decals. You guys know how I love to make signs with these, and this is the one that says, "All you need is love." It comes with some great arrows, but I am trimming those off and keeping just the 3 little hearts at the bottom. Now I am going to trim off some of the extra plastic sheeting because although I cover it with matte Mod Podge in the end to make it blend better, we don't need any of the extra sticker there, sort of changing the texture of it. Press it down really well, and then when I put that coating of Mod Podge over the top, I do the entire thing, including the edges of the frame, because we want it to have the same finish all the way around. You know what, you guys? I just had the idea that these would make great double-sided signs. So maybe we'll reuse these for Easter or just some regular farmhouse decor. For the heart on this one, I went with a super simple treatment. I painted it black. I gave it a really good sanding so it was a nice smooth surface. And then I'm using this scrapbook paper that I actually got as a digital download from Etsy, and you print it off yourself. There were, I want to say, 12 different kinds of black and white ginghams and buffalo plaids of all different sizes and configurations. I'm just going to Mod Podge this right onto the paper and then use that old sandpaper trick to get a really great edge. So press that down really well, and you don't even have to wait until it's dry. Grab your Dollar Tree sanding block, or I suppose any sandpaper for that matter, and just make sure you go from top to bottom. Don't go sideways, and you will trim off that paper absolutely beautifully. You don't have to worry about using a knife. You don't have to worry about trying to get a small pair of scissors in there. This is the best trick in the world, and I absolutely love it. To make the candle for this one, I thought it would be fun to make a tiny little mini wreath for the front. So I'm actually using a stem from an old Dollar Tree flower, and I've just made it into a little bit of a ring. And then I have this really cute vine and ribbon flower. I picked this up. Well, I've had it for a while, you guys. I have so much stuff in my stash that I'm trying to use up, and I just wound it around until I had just what I was looking for in this tiny little wreath. All it needed was a couple of dots of hot glue at the beginning and the end to hold it all in place. I'm using a piece of the scrapbook paper I printed to wrap the candle, and again, a couple of dots of glue, and make sure you're working quickly on glass because it does make the glue dry really fast. Now I'm just going to wrap that paper around and secure it on the other side. We're going to pop that wreath on the front, and I'm going to have my usual bow, no bow internal battle, and the bow won this time. I have this really pretty black ribbon with white polka dots I picked up at Dollar Tree like a million years ago. I believe I found this one in the wedding section, which is sort of odd for black and white, but I bought a whole bunch of it and I love using it. So I thought this would look really pretty on top of the wreath with that buffalo plaid in the background. I don't know what happened to me on this one, you guys. I just kept adding things. I took one of the plain wood heart stickers from Dollar Tree and added that on, and I do like it, but this is so unusual for me to keep adding. And then because enough wasn't enough, I decided to add some black and white baker's twine to the top. Tell me what you think. Should I have stopped with the wreath and the ribbon, or do you like the way this one came out? Oh my goodness, are you ready? I absolutely love this one, and although it is perfect for Valentine's Day, this could truly be left out all year. Okay, this is our neutral set, and we're using the rectangular box frame, and I'm using the back side of it, so it's a bit like a shadow box, and I'm painting it in my Rust-Oleum aged gray. Now, this is a really cool thing. I found this in one of the Dollar Tree books I bought to make a stack of books, and I loved the cloud and the way the word love was across the clouds. So I'm taking one of the Dollar Tree wooden hearts, and I'm going to decoupage just that small section of the page right onto it. To do this one, I'm just using my Dollar Tree glue stick. I'm finding this is working really well, and for me, just make sure that you get that glue right to the very edge. And again, you guys know what I'm gonna say. We're gonna use the sanding block to trim this off. There is no better way, in my opinion, to do this. Now, before we put this together, I gotta tell you, there's a bit of a goof here. I created a printable just on my computer to put inside this frame. That's right. It is so pretty and I love the way it turned out, and I cannot find the footage anywhere. So my apologies, but I just created this. I repeated the word love over and over and over again, and then I made one of the loves in red, and I love the way it looks. See, I love the way it looks. You know what I mean. You're gonna see in a sec exactly how cute this looks put all together. I decided to attach this heart on the outside of the frame, and I toyed around with a couple of the other Dollar Tree hearts, maybe putting them on the corner, but decided it looked best simple, just the way it was. For the heart on this one, I had used some of my burnt umber paint watered down to stain this, and I'm just going to give it not even a full coat of gray, and I'm going to have it sort of brush out near the edges so you can see the stain still, and it just gives it kind of a weathered, distressed look on this one. When this was dry, I did go back and sand just a tiny bit to make sure it was exactly the finish we were looking for. Now, let's decorate it. And how about a big oops on that one? You can see I used the Dollar Tree pit berries and created a heart to go on top of here, and this really pretty gray ribbon I just picked up at Dollar Tree. So the heart is finished, and now we're going to basically do the same thing on the candle. I did do a little bit of gray paint and feathered it out at the edges, and now I'm going to take the same piece from that pip berry, wrap it around. Now you might want to make sure you let your paint cure a little bit more than I did, because it did scratch it in a couple of places, but I was working really quickly. I only let this sit for about an hour before I finished it off. And then I used the same ribbon to create a tiny little bow just to sit up top there. Do you believe all the bows we're making today? Don't know what's going on with me. Just don't know. And now the neutral set is complete, and you can get a better look at that printable. Tell me what you think. I kind of love it. And again, some of these pieces, that candle and even the heart, you could leave those out all year. Just love the way these came together. Well, now we're all finished. It's time to head down to the comments and tell me which one is your favorite. Which one of these would you use in your home to decorate for Valentine's Day? Or maybe which one would you leave out all year? Because love is love. I'm curious, you guys, and I can't wait to read your comments. I absolutely love the way we get to interact and we can chat and get to know each other better. Okay, you guys, I had so much fun doing these DIYs today, and my brain is just going crazy with all kinds of ideas for future. Like I said, these would be fun to do as double-sided signs, so maybe Easter decor or just some fun spring decor. Maybe we'll do that and use the other side of these signs, jig up the candles a little bit, and maybe just trade out the hearts for something different. What do you think? Okay, you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget, make sure you're following me over on Instagram and Facebook because we add all kinds of extra details there. Here's a couple more videos for you, and as always, thank you so much for stopping by Lisa & Company. We really appreciate every single one of you.